I was at Michelchitzer. I've been there several times. I'm mapping energy lines at that site. It's
Mhm.
an old Slavic site. There are 12 churches there, two rotundas, and the rest are normal box-like churches, or the ruins of them. And I
Uh-huh.
found an energy vortex in one of the rotundas, and I stood in the energy vortex and meditated. And immediately I
Mhm.
had an image of a man dressed in with silver hair, beard, dressed in strange clothes, with a stick, big staff. And I said, "Oh, who are you?" And he spoke his name in, I guess, Slavic language, and it came across to me as some weird, like Volk. And I worked with him and said, "Come on, try harder. I'm English. I don't get it." And I realized what he was saying was Volk Vzduk, which in English is wolf's breath. And told me he was a shaman, and that the lines of energy that I was there dowsing and mapping and working with, to him
Uh-huh.
and his people, were lines of, he called them rivers of light. In the Slavic era, they could see these rivers of light. And he said, I'm here because you've shown an interest in these, and it's your destiny to do this work, and I want to help you with that. And I guess I have some kind of, I must have some kind of connection with the Slavic anyway, because I've got a deep, I've developed a very deep affinity for the Slavic pantheon of gods and goddesses, and the Slavic fairy tradition, well, fairy tales and traditions and that kind of thing, which is why I found you in the first place. Remember? And
Yeah.
you know, you have an experience like that, and it seems deeply profound and doesn't seem negative in any shape or
No,
form.
no, not at all. Yeah, and he's a living man. He lives somewhere, and you haven't connected on the embodied plane. You
Oh my goodness me, you're giving me a real weird feeling. You,
Why?
you know, if you remember, when I first found you on the net, it was because I'd come across a shaman in my local area, and he's leaving all these stone designs.
Mhm.
And I never actually met him except that first night when I kept to my distance because I didn't want to disturb what he was doing. But then it seemed to me that he was not only doing something, but I was a part of it, because he left these stone designs and things, and he knew that I knew because I was placing stones next to his, and he would move it to a different position to show that he knew I knew. And then at the end of this 3 month period, he wrote, actually on a fence where he had been working, a phrase which said something in Czech like, "I can feel the blood within your body," or something. I can hear the sound of the blood within your body. And it seemed like this was an entire message for me. And I wrote a book called Chasing the Shaman, because I felt like I was chasing this guy to try to find out, what are you doing and what does it mean to me? And when you said that, I mean, really unbelievable back of the neck. It's probably him.
Probably.
It's part of the
I
same
do that
process.
as a shaman. I do that myself.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a huntress, though. I mean, I really, I really, up to this point, have taken care of others to protect them from the dark. So
Hmm.
I had to master the dark. I even had to take dark apprentices in order to be able to get the full circle. In my 3-year break I'm on, which is a real break from my maiden and my adult or mother stage, entering the elder stage, because it's important that I allow whatever's going to happen. But I have done that for other people as well. I remember one time I was doing a lot of practices. I would wear a blindfold and walk down a long trail along the river in Seattle. And every day I'd put this blindfold on to just self train myself as a seer, to get it deeper and deeper. Eventually, I was able to see the waking world with my eyes closed. But one day I was having a lot of out of bodies, and I really didn't want to leave my apartment there. because, I would walk out of my body and see my body laying on my couch, and I'd look at the time when it happened, and then I'd walk around the room and go in my bedroom and the bathroom, and then I'd come back and lay in my body, and 6 hours would go by, and I just didn't even, that's all I did. So one day I got up out of my body and I thought, okay, today's the day. I think I'm going to go take a walk to the park down the road. And so I flew to the park and before the trail, and I noticed there was where the kids play on all the swing sets and things like that. And I saw a bunch of teenagers. It was around evening time, around dusk, and there was about 5 or 6 teenagers drinking beer at the table. And I'm just looking at them, looking over at them, and I see that they stand up and they're startled, and they're pointing at me. And like some of them throw their beer and look really frightened. And I'm like looking behind me going, what are they pointing at? And I forgot I was out of body. And so, they thought I was a ghost, a dead person. And they all ran. And I thought, they think I'm a ghost. I'm just having an out of body. And and so it taught me a lot from that experience about